Before I came to Russia, I had nothing. Nothing. And now Russia has given me everything. Hmm? Many of you people know my story. I came here over 3 years ago, and eventually I would meet my, what now today is my wife, in the city of Irkutsk. But before I arrived, I had no plans. Right now, I'm sitting with my son in our own apartment. My wife is holding the camera as I'm telling you this, and I love her so much. 3 years and a half it's been since I arrived to the Russian Federation. And when I tell you I had nothing, I mean this, a family, is what makes the man, in my opinion, of course. And I could have done this anywhere, right? All these ifs, buts, whatever, but you could have done it here. What if you would have done it there? I didn't do it anywhere else but here. So this video is a video where I show my appreciation for the country that gave me everything. Of course, I'm again going to repeat, I could have done this like many other people in Los Angeles, but I didn't. And you have to stay humble and you have to be realistic. I have to give thanks to Russia. Thanks to my wife, thank you to her father, thank you to her ancestors for making her, and thank you to my son Felix, who has completed our small family. It's time to put my son down. My wife is going to feed him. He's really a cranky little guy right now. But I can tell you, I'm going to take you guys where it all began. I'm going to take you to the plot and talk to you there, because that was where we first established ourselves. I'm standing here on our plot of land that we bought so long ago now, it feels like, because we've bought an apartment now, we have a child now, and you know that we've put so much work into this place. Not only labor for, building things and destroying things, but also we were gardening here now for 2 years, and we were able to eat off of the land. This is something that you do have to appreciate when you move to a country and you're able to do things like this. I honestly feel that, again, I could have done this anywhere, but I didn't. So I have to give thank you to Russia for giving us the soil, the ability, and the freedom to eat our own food. A lot of places where you go in the United States, if you're anywhere near towns, if you're anywhere near cities, it's very hard to cultivate your own food, but we've been doing it for 2 years straight now, and we're just going to continue doing it. We've saved so much money and we've gotten a lot healthier because we know what we're putting into the ground. Many of you guys know that our plan is to actually build a home here in the future, but because now our son is born, well, we have to concentrate on him, and the apartment is actually something that I believe that a lot of people who are watching in the West, who are my age, 35, you guys probably will find it hard to, and purchasing an apartment is different than owning a house in the United States. But here in Russia, most of the people live here in these kvartiras. This is like what the majority of the population lives in. In cities, they live in these apartments. They're more like condominiums because you have playing areas, and it's more of a community housing than just a regular apartment like in the United States. Now, again, I wanted to bring you here to the plot because this is where it all started. As soon as we bought this plot of land, I decided, you know what, I'm not going back to the United States for sure now. And this was last year is when I finally decided that we are going to put our roots down here and we're going to start a family, and we're really doing the damn thing. And when I'm talking about gardening, this is where our potato patch was. We ate potatoes and we gave away so many potatoes. And then we had those raised beds which produced so much salads, dill, and a lot of cucumbers this year. We really outdid ourselves this year, and we're going to continue to outdo ourselves every year. We're going to be planting more. But to me, one of the most important things that we planted this year was the corn. You can see I left these because I love looking at them in the snow. And we also planted a lot of tomatillo. This is green tomato, and that used that to make green sauce, Mexican sauce. My wife ate a lot of broccoli. There's one broccoli left there. We left it. And honestly, all of this food would cost hundreds of dollars in the United States. Here's a view of the plot as the sun is setting. Eventually, one day, here's the potato patch again. There's my little box of herbs where we did the borscht video. We took every vegetable we needed to make borscht and we got it from this there. Eventually, there will be a house here. It's a beautiful afternoon here in Siberia. So let's go back to the apartment and continue talking about why I really feel that I have no regrets in life and that I truly appreciate Russia for what it's given me. And again, remember, I had nothing before I came here, and now I feel that I have everything. And when I'm talking about our apartment, I've given you guys a tour of it. You can see we have basically the bare minimum, and it's okay. Today we actually got that refrigerator, and in the future I'm going to be building the kitchen here for my wife and for me to use comfortably. But listen, not everything has to be perfect. In the beginning, it's okay to start with nothing. This is, like I said, I had nothing when I came here. I can honestly say that I could have done what I've done here in Russia anywhere. But I can also say that if I were given a choice to do it anywhere else in the world, I would have always chosen Russia. I would have always chosen my wife. I would have always chosen Slyudanka. I would have always chosen the shores of Lake Baikal, really. It's just a feeling that I have in my heart. It feels like everything, when the die were cast, it fell into the perfect order. It is an unbelievable feeling to know that when we decided to start dating, that we continued and I proposed, we got married, we bought the plot, we got married, we found out that she was pregnant, we bought this apartment that I'm sitting in, our son was born. It's been magical. It's felt perfect. I could have done it anywhere else, I think, but it was the best luck that it happened here in Russia. And I have to say thank you to the Russian people, to the country of Russia, because guess what? It happened here, and I always try to stay humble, and I try to pinch myself every day and say, yeah, this is true. This is really what's happening. So I want you guys who are watching, who know this channel, to tell me, did you know this channel before we had this apartment? Did you know this channel before we were married? Did you know this channel before we had the plot of land? Because I remember all of these things. And I want to say also to the people who doubted that I would stay in Russia, for the people who said he's going to leave her, he's going to leave, period, he's here for the wrong reasons. I don't know. I don't read all the negative comments, but I know the feeling of people hating, right? Because vlogging from Russia or talking about Russia is such a bad thing to so many people that when they find out there's someone happy, they want to wish bad upon them. To all of those people, I'm going to say that I'm just going to continue being happy. I'm going to raise a good man in my son. I'm going to make my wife happy. I'm going to spend the rest of the time that I have alive appreciating what I have more than ever, every day more and more, because it really feels like I had the luckiest throw of the dice. Like I just threw them out there and they just landed one on top of the other. 20 of them, 40 of them were just cast and they all just boop, 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 fell into perfect order. I wanted just to say hello to Xenia, who,
Hi.
yeah, because guys, she's been so busy. You've been so busy, right? Tell them how you've been.
Of course, we have baby. I need to take care of him, feed him, and just take eye on him. With everything fine.
And we're not taking like hours to make these videos. This is an update on life. A thank you to you guys for watching. But yeah, I wanted to say that my wife is doing fine because a lot of people ask how you're doing, and a lot of people say help her as much as possible. And what do you think? Have I been doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing really good because after hospital, I don't have time to rest. Even in hospital, I don't have time to rest. And now when I'm home, I feel so nice and calm, and you're all the time with me and help with baby. Thanks a lot for that.
No, what? That's our job as men. So let's continue this. You can go drink your tea. I love you.
Love you. Bye.
So that is what I'm so grateful for. It's something that not a lot of people have in this world, right? A lot of people are in relationships where they're cheating on each other, or they just hate each other. And of course, it's hard when you have two cultures, but I think that Xenia and I, we just agreed sometime in our timeline to work together, achieve goals, and it's been nothing but victories. It hasn't been easy at all, by the way. It hasn't been easy. Nothing has been easy because of me being an American living in Russia. Just that in itself is a freaking nightmare. But getting the things like paperwork's done. My son, now that he's born, he's gonna have to get Mexican citizenship, and I have to go through many hurdles. So it hasn't been easy with my wife and I doing the things that we've had to do. But has it been rewarding? Absolutely. I often think about the people who I knew back home, people my age. I'm 35, and not a lot of my friends have their own places. Not a lot of my friends even have kids right now. The generation that I grew up in the United States is a generation that had it really hard to start families. It had it really hard to buy housing. It had it really hard to purchase land. It had it really hard actually to do anything. And of course, people can say, yeah, we'll find a good job, get a good education, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. I'm just talking about the people that I grew up with in the ghettos of Los Angeles. And it is just how it is. I am so happy where I am right now in life. I am so thankful to be here where I am in life. And I have no regrets. Okay? Like the meme in Meet the Millers, no regrets. I don't regret anything that I've done up until now. The struggles, of course, were probably after the war some of the hardest things to get over. Every year we've had to figure out so many different things with always things are changing here in Russia, right? But if you stay consistent, if you have your goal and you have the commitment to finish that goal, there's nothing that can stop you. I've learned this because I never expected any of this to happen. I've told you guys since the beginning, I had no plans of staying in Russia. I had no plans of getting married here. That's ridiculous. I always thought I would get married with another Mexican. And I've also told you guys in the past that I had nothing, like no love for Russians at all. They were not on my radar. It was not some people that I cared about. And I'm upfront about it because you have to be honest. A lot of these people who make videos in Russia, they always say, "Oh, I always loved Russia. Russia's always been the best place." Yeah, how would you always love Russia if you never been to Russia, right? Russia is such an enigma that you have to figure it out once you're here. So I'll never blow smoke up your ass. I'll always tell you how it is. I've made friends here that I can say are my best friends, core family, people that I look up to, and they know who they are. Okay, I have a friend and family in Moscow, and I have friend and family here in Irkutsk. These people who have influenced me to start the family that I have. They've been the precedent. The people that came before me shown me how it's done. They gave me the motivation. They've given me the vision that it is possible to have what I have now. And this is why I always have to say, you have to be humble, guys. You have to be humble because the day that you think you're better than someone else, the day that you're not appreciating what you have, and you'll lose it. You'll lose it. And I don't want to be that guy. And even if I lose the things that I have, I want to go down as an honorable person. And I want to be honorable to my son and to my wife. I want them to always remember me as such. And that's really the point of this video, to talk about how rewarding it's been and how thankful I am for what I have here in Russia. I'll say it one last time for you. I could have done it anywhere, but I didn't. I came here with nothing, and Russia gave me everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched the videos that are popping up in the screen right now, consider watching them because they tell stories of perhaps bringing my son home, and it's just put there in case you're interested in how that happened. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.